Hey everyone and welcome. Firstly, I just really want to thank you for spending your very precious time with me here on the channel. It means a lot, and who knows, maybe you will even press that like button and hit the subscribe. And that was so cringy, I want to vomit now. Okay, let's go into the video. You read the title, you know why we're here. It's time to review Emily from Snake Discovery. Boy, it's gonna be good. So if you're gonna call me a hater, well, this is the time where you'll pause the video, scroll down, get your keyboard, and then type in, "You're just a hater." Or whatever horrible, pretty crabby insults you can probably come up with. By the way, calling me fat is not an insult. That's just a statement. Okay, done? Good. Now let's go into the video and let's just have a look at how you feel about that comment when we get to the end. Let's get the basics out of the way. The history. Snake Discovery was, as a channel, founded the 14th of July 2015. And amazingly enough, the first video went up there. It's just under 2 minutes long and shows the shedding of a king snake. Nothing fancy, nothing interesting really. It's in 240p even, so how far have we come in 3 years, really? The next video doesn't appear until 6 months later, and overall, for the first year, only 4 videos are uploaded, so, well, I'm already a hit there. But then in January 2017, we start to see regular uploads from the channel, and, well, then it just kind of took off, and now Emily and Snake Discovery has 1.1 million subscribers as of this video is recorded, so well done! Now, for the first point, we're gonna go into her rack systems. The vast majority of her snakes are indies, and in a really short way of saying it, I can say that I am completely and utterly in love with it.
Say what?
Because Emily does something that most people who shows their racks doesn't, is she shows how great they can actually be. A lot of people, when you see the racks, you immediately go, okay, that kind of person, you're gonna have a lot, and most of the time you're not gonna take care of it, and it's usually bad. It's got this reputation of being bad, which is really sad because a rack system can be very effective with tops. And Emily shows how to do it right. She shows how by making sure that you can see into the racks, and you can see how that the animals are giving enrichment, and you can see how the animals are provided hides and humid hides, and it's just, as an example, I have never seen any poop in her enclosures except the ones where she shows her routine of cleaning the enclosures, which is where you usually would see poop. So, well done! Even the bull snakes, which is a relatively large snake, you know, it's not the big ones, but it's relatively long, beefy, decent sized snake. She keeps these in a rack system, and the rack system is actually a little big, and she even shows them from the very setup. It's amazing. This is how you do a rack system and keep your snakes in tubs if you have that amount, because, you know, most of us, we kind of want to show off our pets, so they are in a display area, and display areas usually means, you know, glass terrariums. But Emily shows how you can do it when you have a lot, and I understand why, because they also do these, you know, what's it called, you know, educational show and tell at schools and stuff. So she would need several animals, and for this, her system is amazing. Now, the next point that I believe people criticize would be the garter snakes, because she cohabitates her garter snakes, and a lot of people would say you should never cohabitate snakes. Yeah, except for garter snakes. There you definitely should. And Emily truly shows why you should, because she shows how a garter snake actually calms down when you cohabitate them, as they are, from nature's side, somewhat social. They're not socializing, it's not the right word, but they're used to being together up close. I personally find garter snake quite interesting, so well done. And again, Emily shows her best knowledge and skill, as she clearly shows her ability to argue for her position by arguing knowledge. Not by saying, I have knowledge, but by actually disclosing that knowledge and providing us all with this knowledge of how it's done. And I can only say great work there. The only real issue I have when it comes to her garter snakes are she actively chooses to breed hybrids. She has a hybrid snake and then she breeds them with another, so it provides hybrid, baby snake. On an ethical standpoint, I am against this, because I feel that we as a species should probably start dialing back to our messing around with too much, because a lot of the time we kind of mess up and it's not pretty. In this case, her argument is it creates a better pet snake, and I do see her argument. She shows it a lot, how the babies are bigger, they are stronger, they seem to be more active and less aggressive. It's all good. Except what if someone keeps breeding these and somehow, because we know it's gonna happen, they get introduced to the wild, and then we have that whole can of worms all over the place. She tries to make sure that the people who buy them doesn't breed the snakes. She even only sends them, one sex, so there's no problem with having both male and female. But I'm a cynic, and I don't think that Emily would ever be as big of a cynic as I am. I think somebody's gonna try, and eventually someone's gonna let a snake out, and then the problem starts. That's how I am, and it's not really that big of a critique, because let's face it has happened a million times, it's gonna happen a million times, and we're all kind of responsible by just keeping the pets to begin with. Now, I can argue my way out of mine, because I only keep species that would not survive in the wild where I live, so I guess that kind of fixes it. But just the other day we had a local, show up on Facebook saying, "Oh look, I found something weird in my garden." And what did they find? A corn snake. Corn snakes don't live here, not even close. And it was even, an albino corn snake, so well done there. So, arguing wise, my position is probably not the strongest. I can still have it, it's an ethical discussion. Her position is probably stronger. Now, I feel like this is a good transition into the videos where Emily shows what happens when an animal then, breaks out, or, God forbid, in most cases are let loose. Like the video where they go to a local lake. She lives in Wisconsin, and they have a massive problem with released goldfish. And just to determine how massive, well, just have a look on the clip that's playing in front of us right now. There is a shit ton of goldfish there. They're so massive in amount that you can literally tell. You can see them from afar. They're right, it's big blobs of orange. It's just insane. And she does many videos of these where they go out, they go herping, and they find all these, and they show amazing animals in the wild that you can find, and just how our actions affect their lives and their chance of survival, because we are not being responsible. And I love that video series. It's a great video series, and what's even greater is she has a platform where it actually matters. She can inspire people to do better. Now, I'm just a tiny dude with not even 3,000 subscribers. I wouldn't have a chance to do that yet. I hope one day maybe I can affect somebody to not release a pet, but that she does it is just really great, and it's really, it makes a difference. Now, I actually do have a single point of criticism. 1 point. And it's not really that good. It's kind of nitpicking, and it's tiny, and you probably need a magnifying glass to see it. But a while ago, she made a video, and in this video, it's very clear it was an ad. It was a sponsored video, and it seemed like it was a quite heavily sponsored video. There was an ad read in it. The entire video was structured around the product, and in the end, the issue I had was that it wasn't obvious, it wasn't disclosed. There was no, paid promotion flash or her saying this is a sponsored video. And that is a problem, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't because she did it intentionally. I'm quite convinced she did it because she wasn't aware of the rules at the time, because up to that point I haven't really seen that many sponsored videos from her. But afterwards there has been several, and guess what? They all had the flash with paper motion. They've all been cleared, it's very obvious, it says so, you know, sponsored by. Well done, you're in compliance with pretty much all the law in the world. And now at this point, criticism is based on that she didn't do it for this video, and I'm pretty sure it's because it probably stated in the contract. You get swept up in it when you get offered a sponsorship. You're like, oh, sponsor! And I can understand that sentiment, and I can understand that, you know, oh, first time you read a contract, you mess up. Because she didn't make that mistake again. And that video, I can't even prove it because it's not there anymore. So she's already fixed it. So my point of criticism is kind of gone. Basically a nothing, because it wasn't that big of a video. So all respect to her for actually fixing it. So in conclusion, I consider Snake Discovery at this point in time, 2019, one of the best pet YouTube channels out there, especially in the reptile department. Far up there. So it's a great channel to learn something from. Just remember that old one: trust but verify. And by that I mean you can trust her, you should expect it to be right, but always have at least resources on something before you actually do it. It's just, you know, common sense. So this is actually a positive video. I think Emily is doing great. I hope all the best for her. I hope she stays on the path and always do her research and keeps up doing what she does. It's definitely a good thing. And that's it for today. That's all I have to say for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, leave a like, maybe even subscribe. And to all the ones who left comments stating all the bullshit, how do you feel right now? Are you gonna change it, or are you really gonna let that stand? Nah. It's just me poking a little fun. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a really great day.